What's up, y'all? It's the Boosh Bag. Miss Boosh Bag. To you. Alright. First off, this shit is like a whole week late. But you know what? It's on today and it don't seem to be not where I am. Ain't no episode coming on. And it gives like a first look at the next episode. So I guess it's just giving me this week to catch the hell on up since I did not do it last week. Okay, so um this ain't gonna be all that in depth either. I don't think. I don't know. I'll be rambling. It started off with okay, two scenes going back to back because they're about each other. I guess is Phaedra meets up with Kenya at a camping place because they're still talking about doing that whole glamping thing, glamorous camping, whatever the fuck. First off, the guide, she's like, well, I'm looking for like a bathroom or something, like a portable toilet or something. First of all, really? Why didn't she just go wherever she got it from the last time? That would make sense. Unless she got it in Detroit, and that would be why she couldn't get it there because, she's not in Detroit. But, yeah, he was like, well, the closest thing I got is a shovel. It has very, sassy, cute little handle. Can you, like, ain't nothing cute about picking up shit? Like, what kind of... That nigga gave him a shovel. No, for real. When I was in the army, we had to dig holes and bury our shit when we were out in the woods. And also, uh, when I went, had fibroids and I had my period, I was bleeding my ass off out in the woods, and I had to keep on digging holes and burying all of my stuff. So gross, okay? But if you ain't in the army, you ain't got to take it down to the bare bones. So I know they was like, fuck out of here, because that's something I ain't never doing no more, unless, there's a world war and I gotta go and live in the woods and eat bugs and all of that. Lord, please don't never let me have to eat no bugs. I'm scared. Anyway, at this same time, Portia went to see her anger management person, therapist, whatever fuck he called, right? And she like, okay, well, I need some motherfucking help. Okay, so I went on this dinner or whatever, and the girls were talking all this shit. They were attacking me, and I didn't feel like I had an ally there. So she felt like Phaedra wasn't really sticking up for her. She don't know if she could particularly trust her at this time. She don't know if she all the way in her corner. And she doesn't know if it's like a safe space to even be around these girls at this time. And she's like, well, and then this other girl, like she's used to and already had assumed that Kenya was going to be an ass, because we always do, right? But she hadn't been expecting it from Candy. So she's like, well, me and Candy been in like a real funky space lately. And I don't really know why, but she just be, kind of going the fuck off on me, and she not here for it. So she said she don't really know what to do about that other than to just walk away. And he's like, well, I think, like, she's saying that she needs, like, an ally. And he was like, yeah, I think it would be cool if you were to bring somebody along with you that you could feel like is in your corner and can help you to, de-escalate or whatever. Because he does feel like she's being bullied. I personally think she was being bullied too. Well, Kenya was bullying. I don't think that Candy was trying to bully her. I actually think that Candy was trying to de-escalate because she thought that she was the lesser of two evils. So we kind of want to know what's going on. Now that it's on the table to talk about, it wasn't like pressured, like, hey, tell me what the fuck is going on. Kenya did the pressuring, but now that it's on the table, so what is going on? And like, don't fucking ask me, blah, blah. So they're like, oh, Candy's like, oh, well, she don't fucking like Kenya, and we already know why. So, well, just tell me, because I'm not this bitch. I'm a nicer person. And she didn't want to tell her neither because she kind of felt like she said, she was piggybacking. She thought that more that Candy was doing it to be on Kenya's side than to just try to be the middleman thing. So, I think she may have taken it the wrong way, and then that upset Candy, which made Candy start going off, and then things got kind of out of control, and she didn't really know what to do with it, and she walked away, which is what she should do. And motherfucking Kenya asking her if she on medication, did she get a certificate, and all of this and all of that, when in fact she should know about what kinds of things happen in anger management, because she should be in anger management. Kenya needs to have her motherfucking ass up in there. But she's basically, first she tried to say, because Phaedra's like, well, I don't even know if it could happen because with everything that happened, we know with Portia. And Kenya's like, well, It just came out of the blue. She's like, no, bitch, it did not. You fucking brought it out of the blue and put it right there on the motherfucking table like she owed you an explanation, and then try to make it seem like I said that she owed you an explanation. So, yeah, don't lie and don't try to act like, it came out of left field and you don't know how the conversation even came about. But essentially, Kenya still tried to blame it all off on Portia and was like, well, if she's not in a place where she's ready to, talk and share, then maybe she isn't ready to be around us and all this and all that. I guess that could be the same thing, but even if she were to be sharing or whatever, it's always going to be y'all bitches talking shit about her behind her back. Like, before somebody told me why everybody thought that Portia was dumb, all I really got was that everybody always talks about her behind her back and be calling her dumb. So none of y'all bitches ain't nice, and damn sure ain't nobody that somebody should be sharing things with. Like, I wouldn't share shit with y'all. I'm in anger management, and that's it, okay? I'm not telling you a motherfucking thing because y'all bitches don't deserve it. Y'all don't like me. They don't like you, Portia. No, and I see why you be having to go to fuck off and be flipping the fuck out. Like, if somebody put you on the defensive, and then and now they find out they don't really like you on the motherfucking defensive because you whoops ass. And now motherfuckers want to act like, I'm so frightened. How about you stop fucking taking her the fuck off? And then you wouldn't have to be so frightened. She don't seem like a lunatic. Like she just be going around bullying motherfuckers. Like, whatever. Okay, first of all, I'm just going scene by scene, and then when it's over, just come back to the video. So yeah, that's why I left the last part fucking open-ended. I'm like, I ain't got nothing else to say. All right, so now this white party is happening for Shamia. Candy is throwing it for her because, they're close. She loves her, blah, blah, blah. It is a all-white, supposedly surprise engagement party, okay? Everybody, like, all of these people are invited. I couldn't see the names because I didn't have my glasses on at the moment. And then Cynthia comes in, not dressed in white, with that motherfucking Curious George ass hat on. Why is she wearing that? And after you noticed that everybody was more dressed up than you, why didn't you take off the Curious George hat? I'm just going to assume that her roots up at the top is probably sticking up on her weave or whatever. And now, once you start with a hat, you can't unhat the hair. I'm going to go with that. But then motherfucking Sheree came, and the other bitch, I don't know what her name was, but she wearing all black and Sheree wearing peach. So she was like, okay, so none of y'all ain't get the memo on it being a white party. And apparently, maybe she just forgot. Maybe she emailed them or texted everybody and just forgot to use the word white. But yeah, they're dressed all inappropriately. She did not invite Phaedra, and she did not invite Kenya because Shamia don't really care for them right now. But Shamia's supposed to be like best friends with Portia, and that's how Candy knows her in the first place. So Candy did invite Portia, but Sheree said that Portia said that she don't think that she's gonna come because of the big ass fight and all of this and all that. So they tell Shamia that. Shamia's like, well, where is Portia? When she get there, okay? I'm jumping the gun. Okay, when she get there, she like, oh my God, is this over me? And Candy's like, yes, girl, you my boo. And they hugging. And, what the fuck? Sheree motherfucking raggedy ass, okay? First of all, much like me right now, that bitch needed somebody to really give her a serious blotting. I don't know if she coming down with the Bob disease, with the motherfucking, looking like somebody rubbed a chicken wing across her face, but yeah. She didn't look cute there. She got on my nerves. I don't care for her. She's a shit starter, and she too petty, and she go behind motherfuckers' back and talk like literally anything that you say. She always trying to start some shit. Like, I don't like that. I thought that she might be, a mediocre motherfucker. Like, some shit might come out wrong, or it might just seem a certain way. But that shit is intentional. She intentionally sets out to start shit between other motherfucking people because her life is so irrelevant on the fucking show. But back to it. She's like, well, I remember when Phaedra said that, Candy and Shamia was fucking and all this and all that. She was like, but, I don't think it's the right time to bring it up. It ain't no time to bring it up. Why would you repeat that? Did you even believe it? Like, that ain't nothing to repeat. For what? To just start a fight? It was already some shit being said that caused somebody to get upset to say some shit that was, to try to top the last motherfucker or something like that. You don't even know if it's true. When emotions be running high like that, I don't know if the shit that people be making up or just spouting out is, the truth, or if they just motherfucking mad. for her to even be thinking about wanting to start that fight, and you know she still got it just sitting in her arsenal of shit starting. I don't even know why people talk to her. I wouldn't trust that bitch as far as I could throw her, and I can't throw her. Okay, I can't throw her, so fuck her. But yeah, but then she's like, oh, well, Portia told me that, you know, blah, 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 like I already said, she don't think she gonna be able to come because of the fight and all this. Shamia starts crying, and she's like so upset, and everybody's like, oh, no, it's okay, it's okay. You know, they don't know if she's gonna come or not, so, you know, calm down, chill out. They go and they walk like to outside, and Candy's like, okay, well, look, I didn't want to talk about that shit in there, but out here, me and Portia had like a big ass fight type thing over Phaedra saying something along the lines of Portia was going to tell all of us about her anger management or something. So Candy doesn't even seem to really even remember the logistics of the whole fucking conversation. Of course, because Kenya's the bitch that brought the shit up, right? And Shamia's like, so why is Phaedra talking shit about Portia behind her back? She wasn't talking shit about her. That's number one. And it was behind her back because the person asked when Portia wasn't there, and she answered. So yeah, it came out wrong. So Shamia's getting the wrong idea about that whole thing. And then motherfucking bird beak ass face fucking Sheree is like, oh, well, let me tell you, when Phaedra and Portia, whatever, we was all together and everybody was arguing, they told me that that uh, her true words or whatever. What is the word for word, or you know what I mean? She was like, well, she said that Shamia fucks everybody's husband. She was like, if that's the case, I would have fucked Apollo because I had many, many chances because he was always up in my face trying to get some. And they were like, oh shit. She was like, and don't let me get started on what they used to say about Miss Southern Belle. Like, I didn't really know her, but I knew of her, you know, before she got all ritzy ditzy. And they were like, well, what was they used to say? She like, I'm like, what? That she sucked people's dicks? Whose? Her boyfriend? Her? I need more information other than that, because I'm sure everybody on this motherfucking show, okay? All of them. There is not one dick-free mouth on the motherfucking show. So I don't know why people are acting like that is like, so, oh my God. Well, let me clutch my pearls. Get the fuck out of here. What does it mean? What are you actually fucking saying when you say that? Because I'm sure your motherfucking ass is about to go do that, and you're going to be doing it for the rest of your fucking life. So yeah, whatever. But yeah, everybody acting like it's like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And it's just getting real petty. So Shamia wants to know, basically, okay, what did Portia do when Phaedra was talking shit about me? And what you call it? Sheree's like, she ain't do nothing. She ain't say nothing? Nah. She was like, because when I said something about Phaedra trying to fuck my husband, you know, she was like, any bitch could say anything, blah, blah, blah. You don't just gotta believe it. She was like, she seemed like she was sticking up for Phaedra, which kind of bothered me. But then she didn't stick up for me. And Sheree is like, well, I'm just going to say, I don't really recall her saying anything or sticking up for you in any way. Some shit that she also didn't need to say, because you can still see Portia didn't say anything, but she did not really care particularly for the statement. She just feels stuck in the middle because she's very close with Phaedra. She's very close with Shamia. So don't really want all of that going kind of back and forth. Yeah. And the situations are kind of different. So whatever. I don't think that Portia was going along with what Phaedra said. Like, that bitch do be, oh, no, she wasn't doing any of that. It was just like, really? Yeah, so something along those lines. But Sheree's going to let it just like kind of like build up. So Shamia's like, okay, well, I'm going to hit her. You want to hit her up? And she was like, yeah, girl, don't hit her. Because you know she violent. She'll fight you. She will fight you though. But yeah, so they got Shamia all in her motherfucking feelings at her engagement party, which is futile. Why? Sheree is so fucking petty for this. So childish, such a bitch for this. Okay? She didn't have to add none of that extra other than to say that Portia, you know, doesn't feel like, you know, comfortable being there. She didn't need to give any of that extra fucking information to start this motherfucking little raggedy ass fight that's brewing right motherfucking now. All right, so Cynthia decides to go and have a talk with Matt for Kenya because she feels like, you know, he would be more receptive to talking to her because, of course, just because she's not motherfucking Kenya. So they meet up, they talk, and she was like, all right, well, what's going on? I ain't no relationship expert. I'm going through my shit, but I'm just going to try to fucking help. What shit don't you like about her? And he like, well, look, you're going to need a bigger notebook. And she was like, I ain't trying to get in your business. Please don't tell me everything. Please, I don't need to know all that. Just the bullet points. Just, the very specifics. So he talking about communication and, I don't know, honesty? Whatever the fuck the other word was. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And she was like, oh, okay. He was like, and, it's just been respect, I think, and communication. And just recently, he has been getting so pissed off about it that he's been becoming violent. And she was like, yeah, that's the shit that you need to stop. Because that is illegal. And she can put your ass in jail. And he was like, yeah, I get that. She was like, so, yeah, you don't need to learn to control yourself. But, I know Kenya got some shit with her. The girl that you in love with, she ain't all right neither. She's a drama queen. But if she's a drama queen and your ass is a drama king, because you be tripping. Y'all both be tripping. I mean, this whole, oh my God. So he was like, he said that he's still in love with her. She was like, well, she's still in love with you. And I mean, y'all just got to find a way to work through it, because I don't think that your issues are like so deep that you can't get through this. And I'm going to say, I think their issues are that deep that they can't get through it. First of all, I couldn't imagine that there would be any human being, male or female, who could stomach being around Kenya for any large portion of time. And any amount of time that I was with her, even if she was being kind to me as a friend, as a woman, or anything like that, I would just feel very, very uneasy about talking about anything, because I know that if anything were to go awry and we were ever to stop being friends, or even if she just got mad at me for the fucking weekend, before trying to clear it up, she would be talking about me, telling everybody my business, making fun of me, making fun of the death of people that I love, just like any evil fucking shit. Like, this bitch is so evil. I can never trust her. I couldn't be friends with somebody who I think is just trying to collect information about me for the day that they turn on me and just try to fuck me over. So yeah, Matt is wacky, but I don't know if he's driving her wacky. And this is from a woman who has been battered and abused and all of that. Of course, you're never supposed to blame the woman, but there are some people who are incompatible, okay? Completely incompatible. Now, I think everybody's incompatible with Kenya, but extra incompatible, like based on the signs, very specifics about personality, whether she was a bitch or not. Maybe they just really do not belong together. Maybe he has not been violent or aggressive towards people's property with other women, and she's just the one that gets the rise out of her. It might be because he cares more for her. It might be because he hates her a little bit more, on the inside. So I don't know. I do know. I do not think that this relationship is worth pursuing. I do not think that Cynthia should be telling him that it should be worked out. I think they need to let it go. I don't give a fuck who loves who. People love people all the time, and people break up and love other people. It happens every fucking day. There is no such thing as soulmates. You just like who you like because they're around. Because if there's just like one soulmate, what if my soulmate's in like India or something? Like, I'm never gonna fucking meet him. So I'm just gonna be some motherfucker here, right, where I am, and he gonna be on my nerves, and we just gonna keep on sucking up the fact that we like each other, but we also hate each other until we get old and we die, and that's how life is. So yeah, if you can't be sucking things up on a daily basis, then it's not gonna fucking work out. Let this one go. Okay, so Kenya shows up at Cynthia's house with her little dogs, letting them shit all over her lawn, her grass, her lake. This didn't turn out well at all. Let's just say that. So they're looking around at the house, blah, blah. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. All this, all that. The view. They go outside. Kenya's twirling. She's like, bitch, don't fall in the lake, okay? Sit down on the ground like, look, I got something for you. So she was taking notes when she was talking to Matt. She was like, okay, well, what is your problem? He was like, well, he feels like Kenya doesn't respect me. Blah, blah, blah. And Kenya's like, she was like, well, Kenya can be, dramatic sometimes. And Kenya basically went off on a wacko-ass tangent from that. So Cynthia was never able to even tell Kenya what the fuck the conversation was about, how it ended. She got stuck on that one motherfucking sentence and was like, does that sound like a sane person to you that blames their actions on blah, blah, blah? No, it doesn't. I told him that it was crazy. She did say, this ain't the shit to be doing, blah, blah, blah. But, I really need Kenya to stop acting like provoking people into fights isn't a real thing, okay? She's not being abused. Okay, she is not being physically abused. So you know what? I'm gonna take it one step motherfucker further, and I'm gonna say it is her fault. Okay, no, I'm gonna take it back. Okay, she's not being physically abused, and by the way that I myself see her provoke other people into fighting her, or I don't know, she doesn't expect anybody to fight. So she wants everyone, she wants to come off, she wants to say the most malicious, fucked up shit to you. And she wants you to either one, argue with her until the end of fucking time, or like, I don't know what it is, yell at her until she walks away and accuses you of being the crazy one. When in fact, she is the one who started it. She is the one who egged it on, who brought it up, who pushed the agenda. She is definitely a person who likes to start fucking shit. So for her to act like it is completely outside of her realm of understanding that she may be causing all of the fighting that's going on, because guess where, wherever there's fighting, there's motherfucking Kenya, okay? Is this boy having fights and acting wacky other places, or is it just when he's around you? Okay? So she was like, no. Well, what did you say when he was saying this crazy shit? I didn't say nothing. I mean, because I'm just trying to ask him his information. I don't have to sit there and argue with this boy. So what Kenya wanted was apparently for Cynthia to go there, for him to say one sentence, for her to jump down his fucking throat and be like, Kenya is right and you are wrong. And Kenya's like, I'm just so sick of people acting like, whenever somebody does, something with bad behavior, that it is my fault. I'm saying that it may not always be her fault, but man, oh man, I done seen some times that somebody needed to put their foot in your ass. Many motherfucking times. And I mean, I am amazed at the restraint that the people on this show have, including Matt, because I'm amazed that he hasn't literally punched you in your fucking face. And it's because he's a man, that he's breaking your shit, which is still a bitch move, very, very bitch movish. But I'm glad that he's not beating you up like you deserve, but probably just from a woman. He deserves to leave you, because she was like, well, that is not a logical thing. If something is going wrong, you have a problem, everybody's in charge of their own action. His action should be not to break her stuff, but to leave her the fuck alone. She is a person who's going to destroy your life. She is provoking you to do things that are against the law, things that she can then turn around and make you seem like the psycho, and you go to jail over. So no, you need to leave Kenya alone, or you're going to be in motherfucking jail. That's number one. So she goes off. She never is letting Cynthia talk no more. Like, no, I am dramatic when it comes to defending your honor and defending your name. Don't do that to me. I'm just not going to be the bad person all the time. I'm not always the bad person. I'm not going to be the bad person today. And Cynthia's like, this ain't even what the conversation is about. You didn't let me finish. None of that. Please. And she's like, just please stop. I'm just very upset. I'm very upset. And she go and she get in her car and she drive the fuck off. And Cynthia's like, yeah. So that didn't go well. So she got really mad because I said that she is dramatic. She's a drama queen. But, yeah. So what did she do? She got very dramatic and acted like a drama queen to prove that she wasn't a drama queen. Kenya needs some help. Some psychological help. For her to understand herself and who she is, in the world. She is not the protagonist. She is not the good guy. That is for motherfucking certain. And I don't give a damn how she feel or how much she cried. Girl, you are bad. Bad to the bone. You are evil. Okay, so Portia shows up at Shamia's house, and they're all happy and blah blah. Oh, look at our clothes. Oh, you got the gift. So Portia sent her a gift, and she was like, well, did you choose it yourself? Yes, I chose them myself. Sorry that I couldn't be at your thing, but the whole thing with Candy, it was too much, and I couldn't be there. And Shamia's like, well, you making it all about her, but it was really about me. And she was like, I was really broken up. I was really, really hurt. She was like, well, I acknowledge that you're upset, and I feel horrible about it. And I really wish that, wouldn't have had to be that way. But I really just did not feel like it was a good thing for me to be there around Candy, because she didn't know she was walking into an ambush. She don't know the situation. She's like, but it wasn't for her. She was like, but she's the one that's throwing it. So Shamia's like, well, if I don't fuck with Phaedra, but if Phaedra threw something for you, like, I would be there. Only if Phaedra invited you. But, yeah, so Portia's like, yeah, I can understand that. She was like, and then Sheree said that, you let Phaedra talk shit about me fucking everybody's husband and you ain't say nothing. And she was like, I don't recall that. I don't think that happened. Like, I don't remember saying that. She's like, you said you didn't say anything. She was like, I don't remember it. I don't think that I've heard that. But then they did a little playback and did the face that I said that she made. But then with the part with when Phaedra was doing this, talking about Candy and doing, she didn't say nothing. It was Sheree. I guess Sheree was taking over all of the wow factor in the whole scene at that point, like, you know, because the bitch found out something new that she could put in her Rolodex of shit to turn on people for. And yeah, I guess Portia did not say anything, but I still don't think that she doesn't care about Shamia. You know what I mean? I don't know. Let me know in the comments if y'all think that she don't really give a fuck about Shamia no more. That's not what I get from it, but maybe she's more like choosing her battles. I mean, she is in anger management. She is trying to calm down with some shit. And maybe, you know, Shamia doesn't like the things that she's calming down about. But essentially, she's like, well, I would never have let anybody just like make fun of you or whatever. Whenever I say anything about you, I'm always there. I'm always, you know, what the fuck is you talking about? You know, whatever. And I don't like that you are not doing the same for me, or you don't care about me in the same way. I do have a problem with that. And she told her, you need to watch yourself, watch your new friend. Now, I'm your friend. I've been your friend. I got your back, the moon and back, love you, all of that. But this new friend that you're all locked in on, who I don't really care for, and I don't know why you're so locked into her, used to talk about you all the time. So before you and Candy even had a falling out, she told me to tell you to look out for Phaedra, because Phaedra was always making fun of you, always calling you stupid and dumb and blah, blah, blah. Your brain's calling you ditzy. Like all of that shit, all of the dumb jokes and all of that came from her. So Portia's like, well, I don't know what it is that you want me to say. You know, I don't recall all of these things happening. I do care for you. I do love you. And she was like, okay, well, whatever. Cynthia shows up at Kenya's house. And she's like, okay, before I send my assistant away, are we cool? Because it wasn't cool like the last time that we were together. And basically Kenya's like, well, yeah, that was a mess. I didn't really feel like you had my back. And, you know, I just want to know how things are, you know, going forward. Do you care about me? Do you have my back? And Cynthia was like, I had your back. Bitch, you didn't even let me finish. She's like, no, your way of having my back was like saying, you know, talking about me like, oh, I'm a drama queen. It's like, no. You know what? Have you talked to Matt? Because I think in time you're going to see that I had your back and blah, blah, blah. So she could have went on and finished talking to her about whatever. I don't know if they did that and it just got edited out, but whatever. She just assured her that in time she gonna know that everything is cool. Okay. So everybody's supposed to be getting ready for this thing, and you got Sheree and Kenya talking about each other's house again, blah, 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 blah. So Kenya's cutting up shit and making mimosas. And she was like, yeah, I'm not tacky like this other bitch. Ain't got nothing going on over here. Wow. Sheree is bringing out shit in plastic on the front porch. Really. I'm starting to see what Kenya's saying, even though I'm never on Kenya's side. I am never on Kenya's side, okay? But, yeah, girl, bring it in the house. Section off an area. Give them a tour. I mean, something. Ain't nobody got no time to just be outside. So, Marlo comes over. Marlo, first of all, they're going camping. Why is this bitch in these 55-inch heels? What the fuck is wrong with her? Is that normal? No, it is not. So they're talking about, like, what do they think is going to be happening on the glamping trip? They're like, oh, maybe, you know, what the fuck is it when you get on the rope and jump down? Who the fuck remembers? That or whatever. I don't know if it's going to be no hiking. And Marlo like, it can't be no hiking. This ain't going to be no running canyon. What, bitch? You in LA? Okay, but you can't wear heels even doing hang gliding. Oh, that's the name. You can't. There is no reason that anybody should be wearing heels camping. It is an oxymoron. It is one of the dumbest things. No matter what the activity, you cannot jog in motherfucking. Don't bring them. Matter of fact, why are you dressed like that in the first fucking place? Anyway, so they sitting there, and apparently, I guess they're gonna go together or whatever the fuck. So I guess people are meeting at separate houses or something like that. And then a truck pulls up. Sheree's like, who the fuck is that? So she look, it's Portia. And Portia brought her sister, as you know, her backup, like her therapist told her. So she don't want to, you know, not go because she don't want to let Phaedra down, and she don't want to mess up their friendship based on motherfucker might not understand exactly what's going on. So she already, you know, got Shamia mad at her for not coming to one thing. So she don't want to get Phaedra mad at her, which Shamia is probably going to take the wrong way. But yeah. So they're there, but she like, you know what? Let me talk to this motherfucking Sheree. Helicopter all over the place. Okay, so they go, and she's like, yeah, so, Shamia, I just talked to her, and Sheree's like, oh, yeah, like, bitch, Yeah, what the fuck was that about? Like, what did you do? Why did you do that? Well, we told Phaedra what Shamia had said. I thought that it was only right that Shamia knew what Phaedra said, you know, to keep things all equal. She was like, yeah, I don't take none of it back because y'all need to learn to stop talking about people behind their back. What? What? Bitch, your whole fucking existence on the motherfucking show is talking about people behind their back, making a tally of everything that you fucking hear about people, and also putting information of your motherfucking own out there, talking shit about fucking people. She is messy. Portia said this bitch is the messiest, the ultimate and motherfucking messy. So, she was like, well, you know, we're going on this trip to get everything like out in the open and to clear the air and everything, and I think that this is a good thing. And Portia's just like, okay, I'm cool with it. She's like, because I just think, yeah, bitch, whatever. Oh. See, Portia already got to sit and pretend like some shit is all right that isn't motherfucking all right. Because that shit is not all right. And Sheree need her motherfucking ass whooped. That's for motherfucking true. Okay, so, the people are at the two different houses. So Phaedra shows up at Kenya's house, and then so does Candy and her friend. Uh, yeah. So I can't remember the fuck her Hazel. Okay, so Candy and Hazel and Phaedra are over at Kenya's house, and then it's still just Portia and her sister and Lauren and Sheree over at Sheree's house. But they was like, I think that Phaedra went over to Kenya's house. Let's go up the road. Let's see. They see the little band or whatever the fuck. And they try to run back before it come. So when they come, they were like, oh, so Portia did come. It gets shadier once it gets inside. And they're like, okay, well, first off, Phaedra had already told them over at Kenya's house that the first day is going to be roughing it. They're going to really be camping. She got a porta potty. Kenya's like, I'm not using no motherfucking porta potty, all this, all that, whatever. The second day of the trip is going to be the glam part. So when they're inside, she's telling them that again, when all the girls are there. And Kenya's like, did you tell him about the porta potty? And what's her name? Marlo was like, well, you know what? Shit, judging by today, like, she was like, since she all dressed up, Paige was like, well, what are you going to wear? You know, what are you going to do for the glam part? I mean, if this is your dress down, you know, camping down and dirty way. She was like, well, shit, I might be leaving tonight. She was like, well, good riddance. Because she's like, first of all, who the fuck told all these bitches that they could invite Lottie Dottie and everybody? That's what I'm talking about, bitch, Lottie Dottie. But yeah, they really did all bring some fucking body, okay? Yeah, so she was like, Marlo's like, well, what we gonna add to the glam section? First of all, bitch, who are you to come add into the glam section? This isn't even your trip, and people, I'm sure, wondering why you're even there. You're not invited, and now you telling motherfuckers what you're gonna do as part of their motherfucking itinerary on their trip. So yeah, what we gonna add to the glam is anybody, you know, for whatever, an hour. I don't know if she put a timestamp on it, whatever. Will get to ask me questions about, you know, fashion and beauty and all this sort of stuff. And the girl Hazel is like, why would we ask her? And Ken just started laughing. And then told what the girl said, which she did not need to do. But, you know, she started up queen her and motherfucking Sheree. They're made for each other. I'm just laughing because she said, why should we be asking you? She was like, because I know a lot of things about fashion, okay? I'm very fashion forward, more so than you, wouldn't you say? Who the fuck says that to somebody? No, I wouldn't say. Well, bitch, you're not fashion forward. This is a camping trip. Where's your camping gear? I could see if you was rocking the fuck out of some motherfucking, you know, sporty clothes. You know, if you got all sporty spice on the bitch. But coming out with this big ass necklace, that raggedy ass wig with the bangs, and these motherfucking spike heels to go camping. No, bitch. Not only are you not fashion forward, you also don't seem to know how to dress according to where you are. Like, what the fuck is next? You gonna fucking be going to the laundry with a wedding dress on like a Mexican? Get the fuck out of here. So she was like, well, no, I wasn't trying to be funny. I'm just saying that, like, why would we? She was like, oh, because I have an eye, you know, for beauty and fashion and all this and all that. She was like, oh, so that's your thing. Like, that's your lane. Okay, well, I guess that makes sense. Okay. She was like, yeah, and you're a very beautiful girl. So if I were, you know, talking about skincare or anything like that, we would go to you. She was like, oh, well, that's nice. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And then Marlo rolled her eyes. So yeah, it's already getting stank up in there. Cynthia asked about Lauren, Portia's sister, like, what the fuck is she doing here? Is she your, like, backup or something? First of all, that was shade. That was shade. essentially trying to make it seem like Portia came there to start some shit, and she got her sister there to like back her up when she talking all this shit because nobody don't like her or something like that. Way to make her fucking feel like, you know, she's on the spot and being bullied again. And she was like, oh, here is my note from my doctor. So I'm assuming that her therapist gave her the note because he did say that she needs to bring somebody. And Phaedra reads the note, and they like, that's some bullshit. She trying to be like Phaedra, but not as good. That's what Katie was saying. And then Katie was like, that's just bullshit. Like, whatever, bullshit. Like, why? Why are y'all bothering her? So many bitches on this trip brought an extra motherfucking person, but why is she, especially with extra ass Marlo there, why is she being singled out for bringing her fucking sister? When everybody else, fucking Hazel, who the fuck is Hazel? Why the fuck is she there? Why ain't nobody saying Candy? Is she here for backup? You trying to start some shit? Why is Marlo here? She trying to start some, no, you just gonna come and try to take it to Portia. Like I said, that shit was shade. And when she tried to make light of it and laugh it off, everybody got a little attitude with her. They just don't want her there. And you know, girl, oh, I hate when somebody have to try to kiss up to be around a bunch of bitches they don't need to be around in the first motherfucking place. Okay, so then irrelevant ass Hazel is like, so Portia, do you have some sort of emotional problems where you need, you know, backup or whatever? It's like, oh, if I, you know, feel like I'm backed into a corner or whatever, yes, I would like to have some backup and blah, blah, blah. And she was like, I've been very open about me being in anger management. And Candy was like, you weren't that open. And she was like, but you weren't open. And Kenya was like, you weren't open on that day when we were asking you. She was like, it was because of the way that it was being asked. And it was the tone. It was condescending. Like, please don't say that word. Why can't she say the word? Y'all wasn't being condescending. Well, I'm not going to say, like, I already explained the way I feel like Candy brought it to her. Kenya wasn't attempting to be condescending. Come on now. When is she not attempting to be condescending? So she was like, yeah, you were talking down to me and blah, blah, blah. I wasn't. No, I was. She was like, and, you know, I felt like, you know, everybody was coming at me. So they were, you know, everybody's just tossing shit. And she was like, no, the way that it was being presented to me, I was being attacked. There was a lot of people asking me about something very, very personal in a fashion that was hostile or whatever. And Kenya's like, well, I wasn't being, she was like, and everybody was coming at me and everybody was attacking me. No, let's just all just stop using that. No, but you can use it. Whenever anybody say anything to you that you don't like, you can say that you're being attacked, but she can't say that she's being attacked. Like, I don't like this motherfucking double standard shit, and they are trying to gang up on motherfucking Portia. Her sister's like, okay, first of all, can we try to hear her emotions out? Because she's saying, well, this is how I felt. I felt very vulnerable about something, and I felt like it was being brought up to be mocked, to be made fun of, to be laughed at or whatever. And then everybody started asking me all of these questions like, you know, badgering me and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, the services is like, here are her emotions. Like, honestly, what she's explaining, she's trying to tell you how she feels. Now, you could say, well, I don't know why you would feel that way, but don't tell her that she don't fucking feel that way. Like, that's ridiculous. And I doubt that any motherfucking body else would have been okay with somebody asking them, like, hey, you owe me an explanation about shit that you're doing in your life, even though we're not friends and we don't speak. Like, no, nobody would have been all right with that motherfucking shit. And on top of that, she's like, are you on pills? You got a certificate? I don't have to. If I say I'm in anger management, accept that I'm in anger management. I do not have to prove being in anger management to you. What am I do? Let you call my therapist? Get the fuck out of here. Accept what I said. Worry about your motherfucking man being in anger management and worry about why your raggedy ass ain't in there. So Phaedra's like, well, everybody, why can't we just, you know, try to work things out and get along without being angry? And Kenya's like, I'm not angry. And Portia's like, you seem angry. She's like, yeah, well, you would know. She was like, yes, I would know, and I do notice it in you. And I do too, Portia, okay? So it seems like for the past multiple episodes, I have been totally team Portia, okay? Hashtag Portia, because I'm so fucking over Kenya ass. And Sheree. Kenya and Sheree, they're one and the same. That's why they always caught up in the same petty argument with each other. They are petty. They think about petty, stupid ass shit. Irrelevant ass bullshit. And yeah. That is how, oh no, wait. I think the last sentence was, Kenya was still saying bullshit, that fuck that, no, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, you know what, you need to watch your mouth. I bet you she watched her mouth. No, she probably talked some shit because there's a whole bunch of people around like, I don't have to watch my mouth. I say what I want to. because she know that girl brought in her little paper to say that she was in anger management. So she gonna try to pop off at the mouth because she know that Portia's gonna have to try to prove that she can remain calm. So she might try it. She might not. I'm saying, think about it, bitch. Think about it, Kenya. Anyway, yeah, the episode ended there. I'm not sure how much more drama is going to go on in the bus, but you know what? I'll say what I got to say about ugly ass Marlo for next motherfucking episode. But that's it for this. If you agree with what I said, let me know in the comments. If you disagree, let me know down in the comments. And until the next time, I'll talk to y'all later. Thanks so much for watching. While you're here, check out my previous video. I also have a beauty and health channel that you can check out. And I even give out a couple of free workouts on my fitness channel. Don't forget to subscribe.